A Kent State group is relaunching with the support of a Northeast Ohio professional. The idea is to bring new life into Franklin advertising.
Navigating the election with 1 week until Election Day, we have a walkthrough on how to vote and the latest from the campaigns.
The Kent State Golden Flashes will host the Ball State Cardinals for tonight's midweek matchup. Stay tuned for more updates from Diggs Stadium.
And you can call it what you want, but Swifties call it a big deal when Taylor's new tour will be in a city near you. All this and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Tuesday evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kennedy Gotham.
And I'm Raygene English. We begin tonight with there's a new effort to relaunch a Kent State student organization called Franklin Advertising.
And right now they're starting that effort with the help of a Northeast Ohio mortgage company. Liv Sharp is here with more. Liv?
Hey guys, that's right. Professional in residence Michael Jackson has started a resurgence and the rebranding of the Franklin Ad Club, and their first event is taking place tonight.
And so the whole notion of, once or twice a semester, inviting some of my corporate counterparts to come in to talk about, their journeys, their ascension to their kind of career, talk about some of the work that they're doing, some of their passion for, quote unquote, educating the next generation of leaders.
Tonight's panel, taking place in Franklin 340, is featuring 3 cross-country mortgage executives, 2 of whom are Kent graduates. After the panel, students in attendance will be able to chat one-on-one with the executives and work on their networking skills. In addition to highlighting global businesses, Jackson stated he also wants to feature local Northeast Ohio businesses.
Next semester, we're looking at having one of the global ad agencies that do business here in the States with major clients like General Motors and Procter & Gamble. So don't want to release that thunder just yet, but we do have a commitment from a major global ad agency player, which will be really exciting as well.
Tonight's panel is ongoing, but like Mr. Jackson mentioned, there will be more panels in the coming semester. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Olivia Sharp.
Thanks, Olivia. And it may be the first day of November, but some people are already thinking about Christmas. Tickets went on sale this morning for the first ever Cookie Walk in Kent. This will happen on December 5th, and people can tour businesses and get holiday-themed cookies from them. There are also 200 tickets available, and event organizers expect them to go fast. The tickets are $35 and can be bought online.
There's a new program to recognize kids who are doing great things in the city. Every month, Main Street Ravenna will be highlighting what they call Youth Community Stars. Liam Wright is their very first community star. Earlier this year, he raised money to put together Easter baskets to donate to the Center of Hope for Children in Need. You can nominate someone for the award on Main Street Ravenna's website.
A community farming program in Akron just got a grant to help finish a market pavilion. This $25,000 grant from the Gannett Foundation means they'll be able to finish electrical work, install a new pizza oven, put up new siding, and install a new front porch. The Akron Cooperative Farms Complex is in the city's North Hill neighborhood, and people can farm, share their crops with others. And plots at the farm opened in 2019.
Good Tuesday evening, Portage County. I'm Nathan Welsh with your weather forecast. Right now in Kent, it's 60, feels like 61. It's cool, it's chilly, it's fall. And with that dew point of 53, that gives us a humidity of 74%. And we got winds from the west at 5 miles an hour. Not too dusty, it's very chill outside, I'll say that. And as we look across the rest of Northeast Ohio, similar temperature trends, only up to 58 up in Ashtabula. It's really nothing too crazy. We're all living around the same kind of just pristine fall chillness. And all the way up to 65 in Cincinnati. I'll always point it out at Cincinnati. 66 in Dayton, 67 in Lima. Looks like Cincinnati's actually gotten beat out this time for the city with the hottest temperature. And as we look into tonight, like I said before, clear, chilly, but we got no wind tonight. So, maybe crack a window, let some of that just nice ambient fall air in. I heard maybe it's an old wives' tale, but crack a window and you don't get sick in the fall. But that's all for now. Stay tuned. I'll have your 7-day forecast and more after the break.
It feels like a nightmare. I'm always expecting to have him call back saying, Dad, sorry I can't talk to you yet, but I've been busy. But in reality, he's gone.
More than 2 months after a Kent State student was hit and killed riding a scooter near Dick Stadium, there are no charges against the driver who fled the scene of the incident. In late September, a reporter from the Ravenna Post of Highway Patrol identified the driver as Timothy Michael Brine Jr. of Atwater. According to the Highway Patrol, there are no further updates in the case, and arrests have yet to be made. Foe was riding an electric scooter eastbound in the right-hand lane on Summit Road near the intersection. Brine was in a Dodge Charger in the left lane heading in the same direction. Foe emerged from the right lane to the left lane and was struck from behind by the car being driven by Brine.
New data on the number of car crashes in Portage County shows an increase in fatalities compared to the past. The Portage County Health District says there has been 15 deadly crashes with a total of 17 deaths this year. There are likely to be more deadly crashes in Portage County this year than in years past. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says there were 16 deadly crashes in Portage County in 2021, 13 in 2020, and 14 in 2019. Confused ahead of the election? We'll explain all of your voting options here in Portage County Ahead.
Why Uber's revenue rates are up enormously from the past, despite increased inflation in the country.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. 1 week from today is Election Day, and there are a few different ways to vote this year. Whether you're voting in person or by mail, there are some things you should know before next Tuesday.
And here with Portage County Voters Guide. Matt?
That's right, guys. I spoke with Teresa Nielsen, the Deputy Director for the Board of Elections in Portage County, about the different ways students can vote in this upcoming election.
There are 3 ways to vote in this upcoming election.
You can vote absentee by mail, which requires that a student would send us a absentee ballot request. Once that is received and all of the information is correct, then we would mail the ballot to the student.
If you are not available on Election Day but would still like to vote in person, then the early voting option might be for you.
We have in-office voting. Also, that's also considered absentee.
And on November 8th,
Then obviously they can go to the polls on Election Day.
you can vote in person as long as you have a form of identification, such as a valid Ohio driver's license. For students who live near campus and are away from home, they will need to bring a printed proof of residency, such as a utility bill. They will need to vote by provisional ballot.
Let's say you're registered to vote in Franklin County. You can always request a ballot from Franklin County, your home county, or you can go to your appropriate polling location at Kent State and you can vote a provisional ballot.
Nielsen expressed how important it is for students' voices to be heard.
Probably the most important thing is that you need to vote. A lot of times I hear a lot. It doesn't matter, but it really does.
And if you are not registered to vote, you can vote by provisional ballot. To check your registration, go to vote411.org. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Matthew Mergen.
You know, we're at a moment now where my party has really lost its way, and it's lost its way in a way that's dangerous. It's dangerous because we've become beholden to a man who, was willing to attempt to stop the peaceful transfer of power.
So if you were a Buckeye State voter, you'd be voting for Tim Ryan?
I would.
Okay.
U.S. Representative Liz Cheney spoke today at Cleveland State University with IdeaStream in the city of Cleveland. She is one of 10 Republicans who voted to impeach former President Donald Trump after the January 6th insurrection, and a member on the committee investigating the riots. Cheney recently endorsed a Democratic candidate for the first time, Michigan Democratic Representative Alicia Stolken. And she said that if she were an Ohioan, she would not vote for J.D. Vance. Cheney has not yet decided, but has talked about running for president in 2024. And 1 week to go until Election Day, and some big names are hitting the campaign trail. President Biden will rally in Florida Tuesday, and former President Obama will be in Nevada.
Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney will campaign with Democrat Alicia Slotkin in Michigan, and Mike Pence will rally with Governor Brian Kemp in Georgia. CNN's Jessica Dean has more.
Candidates in key races are making their final pitch to voters.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And receiving a boost from some big names.
Are you ready to go and vote?
Former President Barack Obama is set to stump for Democrats in Nevada tonight and Arizona tomorrow, 2 states critical to the party's path to retain control of the U.S. Senate. Those stops coming after he fired up crowds in Georgia, Wisconsin, and Michigan over the weekend, campaigning against Republican candidates like Herschel Walker and Senator Ron Johnson.
He's a celebrity who wants to be a politician. And we've seen how that goes. He's not the person who's thinking about you and knows you and sees you.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden heads to Florida today, where he will rally with Senate hopeful Val Demings and the state's Democratic candidate for governor, Charlie Crist. And former Vice President Mike Pence will campaign in Georgia with Governor Brian Kemp, a candidate who's drawn the ire of former President Donald Trump. Another Republican at odds with Trump, Congresswoman Liz Cheney, travels to Michigan today to campaign for a Democrat, Congresswoman Alicia Slotkin. Cheney last week endorsing Slotkin, who's facing a competitive re-election race.
Right now, we are seeing record turnouts.
Re-election voting is surpassing 2018 levels. More than 21 million ballots have been cast across 46 states, including nearly 2.8 million early ballots in Florida and more than 1.6 million in Georgia.
Hello again and welcome back. I'm Nathan Welsh with your weather forecast. We're looking into tonight. It's going to be a nice, clear night. It's going to be pretty chilly though. We're getting below 50, all the way down to 46 around 3 a.m. And as I advance into tomorrow, we're going to see it's going to get up to roughly around 60 with some light cloud cover. It's going to be a pretty nice day. I don't know, I'm pretty excited. And as we look into the rest of the week, we're going to see no rain to be had whatsoever, which I think is pretty awesome. And as we look into, we got this weekend, we're going to have daylight savings time for the last time ever, so they say, which is going to be nice. We're going to have, 1 extra hour to enjoy the sun. And as we look into next Tuesday, that's that election Tuesday. It's going to be a pretty nice day to go out and cast your ballot if you have not already. As we move into November, we have quite pleasant weather ahead of us. I've been Nathan Welsh reminding you, Portage County, to go out and enjoy it.
The 42-year-old man who was accused of attacking Paul Pelosi, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, was arraigned on state charges Tuesday.
Yes, David Deepap is also facing federal charges, including attempted kidnapping of a U.S. official, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of California. John Lornick reports.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says her husband Paul is, quote, making steady progress on what will be a long recovery process.
It is really disturbing for people who are serving our government, our cities, our counties, our states, our nation, have to put up with this nonsense, and we need to say enough on this.
David DePape allegedly broke into the Pelosi house early Friday and attacked Paul Pelosi, fracturing his skull and injuring his hands and arm.
It appears as though this was based on his statements and comments that were made in that house during his encounter with Mr. Pelosi, that this was politically motivated.
According to the federal criminal complaint, DePape said he was going to hold Nancy Pelosi hostage. If she told him the truth, he would let her go. If she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps.
Dangerous rhetoric is something that divides our country, regrettably, and that division is itself can be a threat that our adversaries, nation states, exploit.
Some high-profile Republicans, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, condemned the attack, but other lawmakers are still concerned about potential threats.
It's very sad to see that we are once again at a point in history where people believe that it's okay to express their political sentiments through violence. And so I think it really demonstrates that we have to calm things down.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
We were informed that there was a private party being held at the event last night that ended at approximately 1 a.m., but the party carried over till about 2 a.m. till they were cleared out. That's when the shooting occurred, where it left one male deceased on scene and 2 others that were transported to area hospitals nearby.
An overnight shooting at a private party in Houston left 1 person dead and 2 others injured. According to a source close to the rap group Migos, member Takeoff died in the incident. Police say around 50 people were at the party Monday night at an entertainment hall. Police say they arrived to find a man with a gunshot wound to the head or neck, who was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 other people were rushed to the 2 hospitals, and there's no word on what led up to the shooting.
And Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost is taking Dollar General to court for goods being a different price on the shelf than when they're scanned at the register.
Dollar General is a Tennessee-based company and has operated in Ohio since 2015 and has 943 stores statewide.
The lawsuit was filed in Butler County Common Pleas Court, and the false advertisement violates Consumer Sales Practice Act. Yost called it, quote, appalling behavior. The number of available jobs in the U.S. increased in September. The news surprised economists who expected the total to fall amid the Federal Reserve's aggressive action to combat inflation. The government reports job openings totaled 10.7 million, up from 10.3 million in August. Originally, economists had projected job openings would drop to 10 million in September.
If a recession is looming, it doesn't seem to be affecting Uber. The company reported $8.3 billion in revenue for the 3rd quarter, a 72% increase over the previous year. Despite inflation, demand for rides and meal delivery remains strong. The number of trips taken during the quarter grew 19%, adding up to about 21 million trips per day. Uber Eats revenue increased 24%.
Don't go anywhere just yet. We have live updates for tonight's game against Ball State live here from Dick Stadium coming up next.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
What's going on, Portage County? I'm Josh Aponte, and we are live here from Dick Stadium as the Kent State Golden Flashes will host the Ball State Cardinals. Now, before tonight's matchup, let's hear some words from head coach Sean Lewis.
They are playing at a much faster clip. I mean, they're the 7th fastest tempo team in the country. So actually offensively, when it comes to their pace of play and how fast they're snapping the ball, they're actually playing faster than us on a national level. Again, we're going to have our hands full and we got to prepare the right way. And then we got to show up and be at our best on a Tuesday.
Ball State is coming off a heartbreaking loss from Eastern Michigan, and the Golden Flashes are coming off a win against the Akron Zips. Ken will also be looking to improve their home winning streak at Dick Stadium to 13. However, we are unsure as to who will be the starting quarterback just yet. However, Colin Schlee is warming up right behind me, so hopefully he will be back tonight. In Schlee's last start, he completed 23 of 40 passes for 306 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now let's take a look at some keys to the game for the Golden Flashes. First off, Kent is going to need Devontae Walker to continue playing amazing. He became the first Kent State player to have 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in the same game. He had that dog in him against Akron, so hopefully he can carry that energy into this game. Next up, Marquez Cooper is going to have to continue his tear on the year. Cooper is now averaging over 105 yards per contest. If he can continue to run through the Cardinals' defense, the Flashes will be in good hands. And lastly, give me Kent's defense. We're going to have to hold off that Ball State offense if our offense struggles. They'll have to keep the Cardinals grounded so the Flashes' offense can take flight. And for my score prediction tonight, give me Kent State over Ball State, 35-21. I think Kent will be able to continue their home win streak and be able to take down the Cardinals. And that's all for I have for you from Diggs Stadium. Make sure to follow us at TV2 KSU Sports on Twitter for updates on tonight's game. I'm Josh Aponte, and go Flashes.
Taylor Swift has no bad blood for Ohio. Find out when she will make an appearance after the break.
Swifties rejoice. Taylor is going on tour, and the singer announced the news Tuesday on Good Morning America. Her Eras Tour will kick off in Arizona March 18th, and it will make its way to Cincinnati, Ohio in early July. Swift says the performance will be a journey through her musical eras of her career, both past and present. She will have stops across the U.S. and wrap up things August 5th in Los Angeles. Tickets for the Eras Tour go on sale November 15th.
And we put out a poll earlier today about when is it time for Christmas? And we said, is it November 1st or December 1st? And the winning poll is December 1st to celebrate Christmas and kick it off. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys kick off Christmas November 1st or December?
Well, I'm usually a November 1st kind of girl, but I don't know. It feels like fall right now, so I think I'm going to get into the Thanksgiving spirit first.
There's definitely like maybe a week after Halloween where, I'm sorry, it's still Halloween. And I think the real day is Black Friday.
Black Friday.
I think I also agree with December 1st. And that's all the time we have for you today.
Thank you for joining us.
For updates on all of these stories and more, visit our website at kentwire.com.
And all of our social media platforms at KentWire. I'm Olivia Sharp.
I've been Nathan Welsh.
And I'm Raygene English.
And I'm Kennedy Gotham. Have a great night, Portage County.